I've been a Baptist minister about 24 years now, and it wasn't until I was about 10 years into being a minister that my thinking shifted dramatically. You know, you have those moments where you think, whoa, because I kept reading in the New Testament about Jesus talking about the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven. And I always saw a kingdom of God, kingdom of heaven, that either means the church, or kingdom of heaven, it means heaven, where you go when you die. But actually it doesn't mean that at all. When Jesus talks about the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven, he's talking about God's powerful reign here on earth now. And that reign is not limited geographically. It's wherever we see God's power evident. And Jesus in Matthew chapter 13 told a load of parables, simple stories about what the kingdom of God was like. And if you cluster them all together, for me, in all that mystery, it boils down to certain things that we see. That we see the kingdom of God when we see love. We see the kingdom of God when we see forgiveness. We see the kingdom of God when we see justice. We see the kingdom of God when we see inclusion. And we see the kingdom of God when we see mystery. All 5 of these are signposts that God is evident and God is powerful there. Love, forgiveness, justice, inclusion, mystery. And it blew my mind because it made me realise, actually, I and we as Christians spend so much time focusing on church on Sundays that we think, and we've been taught, that that's where the kingdom is only. And so when we go to work and when we go home and when we go out with our friends for a meal or to the cinema, we're in the big bad evil world and we just got to try and get through till we get to Sunday again. And then we invented small groups midweek so we get a breath midweek and we can cope in the big bad world. Jesus says, no, kingdom of God is everywhere. Wherever you see love, wherever you see forgiveness, wherever you see justice, wherever you see inclusion, wherever you see mystery, the kingdom of God, God's powerful reign, is there. So God's kingdom is on the way to school. God's kingdom is at work. God's kingdom is in the traffic jam on the M25. God's kingdom is in the school playground. God's kingdom is in your home. Whenever you see love, whenever you get a whiff of forgiveness, whenever justice bubbles up, inclusion created, the wow of mystery, we see evidence, signposts of God's kingdom. And Jesus came to introduce that kingdom and model it for us so that we can then live it in our everyday lives. So for me, good questions are, Neil, are you being loving today? Are you being forgiving? Passionate about justice? Are you including others? Are you open to the mystery of what God might do that is beyond your expectations? Then I'm living like a kingdom person, following Jesus and seeking God's kingdom wherever it's revealed. So look for those signposts in your life, I encourage you. Love, forgiveness, justice, inclusion, mystery. They're the signposts we should be looking for if we want to be a part of God's kingdom movement.